Prince William held a secret emergency meeting about the future of the monarchy that he desperately wants to keep hidden from the public. This explosive claim dominated royal conspiracy forums throughout August 2025, generating millions of views across social media platforms. Anonymous palace insiders described urgent discussions behind closed doors. Viral videos promised to reveal what William discussed that changes everything for the royal family. But there was one massive problem. No such secret meeting ever occurred. This wasn't innocent speculation about royal planning or misunderstood constitutional procedures. This was a carefully manufactured conspiracy designed to exploit public curiosity about how the monarchy really operates while William was conducting completely normal, fully documented royal business. The fake meeting narratives looked convincing because they contained enough real constitutional terminology to seem credible. They referenced actual royal procedures, mentioned real palace locations, and exploited genuine questions about succession planning that many people have. But how do millions fall for elaborate conspiracies about secret meetings that never happened? Who profits from spreading false royal secrecy narratives? And what does this reveal about how misinformation weaponizes our curiosity about how power really works? Picture this moment. You're watching YouTube on a Thursday evening in August 2025, and a video catches your attention with dramatic music and urgent text overlay. Leaked. The royal meeting they don't want you to see. The creator, speaking in hushed tones, claims to have exclusive information about William's supposed secret discussions. The video feels authentic because it uses real terminology and references actual constitutional processes. The creator mentions the Privy Council, discusses succession procedures, and references recent royal events in ways that demonstrate apparent insider knowledge. For someone curious about how the monarchy really functions, the content seems to offer a rare glimpse behind palace walls. But as you watch, red flags start appearing. The secret meeting details are consistently vague, relying on unnamed sources and unverifiable claims. No specific dates, locations, or participants are provided beyond William himself. The dramatic promises of the revelation give way to speculation and assumption presented as fact. Within hours, the secret meeting narrative spreads across multiple platforms, with each creator adding their own embellishments. YouTube channels promise part 2 reveals, Instagram accounts share breaking updates, TikTok videos claim new leaked evidence. The story grows more elaborate with each retelling, but no credible sources ever emerge to support any version of the secret meeting claims. Meanwhile, William's actual schedule during the supposed secret meeting period was fully documented and publicly available. Court circular entries show his attendance at regular constitutional meetings, charity engagements, and family events. None of these routine activities resemble the dramatic emergency sessions described in conspiracy content. The disconnect between William's transparent, documented activities and the elaborate secret meeting narratives should have immediately discredited the conspiracy, but the false story had already achieved its purpose of generating massive engagement and directing traffic to monetized content channels. The timing revealed the calculated nature of the misinformation. Secret meeting rumors always surfaced during periods when William was conducting normal royal business that could be mischaracterized as mysterious or urgent. Constitutional meetings became emergency sessions. Routine planning discussions became secret negotiations. Regular family gatherings became crisis summits. To understand how elaborate secret meeting conspiracies gain credibility, we need to examine the legitimate constitutional mysteries that create space for wild speculation about royal operations behind closed doors. The British constitutional system does include genuinely private proceedings that the public never sees. Privy Council meetings, certain government briefings, and family discussions about royal strategy do occur without media coverage. This necessary confidentiality creates an information environment where conspiracy theorists can project almost any narrative onto routine royal activities. William's actual constitutional role involves regular meetings that are private by necessity, but are hardly secret or dramatic. As heir to the throne, he receives briefings on government matters, participates in succession planning discussions, and consults with palace officials about royal strategy. These meetings are routine, documented, and conducted according to centuries-old protocols. However, the complexity of royal constitutional procedures creates opportunities for misinformation creators to exploit public ignorance about how the monarchy really operates. Most people don't understand the difference between necessary constitutional privacy and conspiratorial secrecy, allowing false narratives to flourish in this knowledge gap. The secret meeting conspiracy industry has learned to weaponize legitimate curiosity about royal operations. Content creators discover that audiences hungry for insider royal knowledge will engage heavily with content promising to reveal what really happens in private royal meetings, even when those revelations are completely fabricated. Social media media algorithms quickly learned that secret royal meeting content generates exceptional engagement rates. Videos and posts suggesting hidden royal drama receive significantly more views, likes, and shares than coverage of William's actual documented activities. This algorithmic bias creates financial incentives for producing secret meeting speculation, regardless of its factual basis. The misinformation ecosystem around William specifically exploits his position as future king to generate urgency around false meeting narratives. Content creators frame routine constitutional activities as evidence of crisis management, succession disputes, or emergency planning that requires immediate public attention and engagement. Royal fan communities genuinely curious about how the monarchy functions provides audiences eager for any information about private royal operations. This legitimate interest creates cover for conspiracy channels spreading false meeting narratives disguised as insider royal education. The situation is complicated by the royal family's own communication policies, which maintain appropriate privacy around sensitive discussions while providing limited transparency about routine operations. This balance between openness and discretion creates information gaps that conspiracy theorists eagerly fill with manufactured drama. International media coverage adds another layer of confusion when outlets without access to accurate royal information speculate about the purpose and significance of routine meetings. These uninformed interpretations provide material that conspiracy creators can reference to make their false narrative claims appear more credible. The perfect storm emerges when anonymous palace source quotes begin appearing in low credibility publications, claiming to reveal the true nature of William's private meetings. These fabricated quotes, while completely unverifiable, provide the insider knowledge claims that secret meeting conspiracies need to seem authoritative. The August 2025 secret meeting conspiracy wasn't based on any actual royal activities or constitutional developments. Instead, it was manufactured by a network of coordinated social media accounts that had discovered royal secrecy content generated exceptional engagement and advertising revenue. Digital forensics reveal that the secret meeting narrative originated from 4 interconnected YouTube channels and 6 TikTok accounts operating from the same content creation facility in Eastern Europe. These accounts had previously generated false claims about other royal family members and had identified William-focused conspiracy content as particularly profitable with international audiences. The supposed leaked information about secret meetings was entirely fabricated using templates that mixed real constitutional terminology with invented dramatic details. Analysis of the language patterns used across different accounts revealed identical phrases and structures, indicating coordinated production rather than independent reporting of the same supposed events. The evidence presented to support secret meeting claims was systematically misleading. Videos claimed that gaps in William's public schedule proved secret activities were occurring, when actually those gaps corresponded to documented private family time, preparation for public engagements, and routine administrative work that doesn't require public reporting. Most tellingly, the specific constitutional processes referenced in secret meeting content were misrepresented in ways that revealed the creators' lack of actual knowledge about royal operations. Claims about emergency succession planning contradicted established protocols. References to crisis negotiations describe scenarios that have no basis in constitutional law or royal practice. Palace records completely contradicted the secret meeting timelines. During the periods when conspiracy content claimed William was conducting urgent private meetings, court circular entries showed him attending public engagements, meeting with charity representatives, and participating in family activities. No gaps existed in his documented schedule that could accommodate the elaborate secret sessions described in viral content. Royal correspondents with actual access to palace communications confirmed that no unusual meetings, emergency sessions, or crisis discussions were occurring during the supposed secret meeting periods. The absence of any credible journalistic coverage should have immediately discredited the conspiracy, but the false narrative was generating too much engagement for creators to abandon profitable speculation. Financial analysis of accounts spreading secret meeting content revealed sophisticated monetization strategies. Within days of videos going viral, the same channels began promoting paid partnerships with conspiracy-themed merchandise companies and alternative media subscriptions. The false royal content was building audiences that could be monetized through multiple revenue streams. Meanwhile, William's actual activities during the supposed secret meeting periods showed routine constitutional engagement and normal family life. His documented meetings included charity strategy strategy sessions, environmental initiative planning, and routine briefings that are standard for his role as heir to the throne. The most damning evidence against secret meeting conspiracies came from the transparent nature of William's actual schedule. Unlike the dramatic hidden activities described in conspiracy content, his real meetings and engagements are largely documented through official channels, with appropriate privacy maintained only around personal family matters and sensitive constitutional discussions that legitimately require confidentiality. The response to the secret meeting conspiracy revealed the sophisticated fact-checking infrastructure now required to combat elaborate false narratives about constitutional operations. Kensington Palace took the unusual step of issuing a comprehensive statement addressing the conspiracy. Reports of secret or emergency meetings involving the Prince of Wales are completely false. His Royal Highness's schedule includes regular constitutional meetings and engagements that are documented through appropriate channels. These fabricated narratives appear designed to mislead the public about normal royal operations. The statement included links to court circular entries and official engagement records that directly contradicted secret meeting timelines. This level of detailed response was unusual for royal communications, indicating frustration with how routine constitutional activities were being misrepresented as conspiracy material. Social media platforms acted to remove the most egregious secret meeting content after fact-checkers documented the coordinated nature of the false claims. YouTube suspended channels for community guideline violations, while TikTok flagged videos for misinformation. However, the viral spread had already exposed millions of viewers to fabricated narratives before corrections could reach the same audiences. Constitutional law experts used the incident to educate the public about how royal operations actually function, emphasizing the difference between necessary privacy and conspiratorial secrecy. They highlighted that William's role involves routine confidential meetings that are entirely normal and appropriate within the constitutional system. The incident sparked broader conversations about media literacy regarding government and constitutional operations. Educators noted that public ignorance about how institutions actually function creates vulnerabilities that conspiracy theorists can exploit to spread false narratives about normal institutional activities. Royal correspondents emphasized the importance of distinguishing between credible royal reporting and manufactured conspiracy content. They highlighted that legitimate royal news comes from journalists with verified palace access and official sources, not anonymous accounts promising insider secrets that can't be independently verified. The secret meeting conspiracy also revealed the international nature of royal misinformation campaigns. Analysis showed that false narratives originated overseas but were specifically designed to exploit British and Commonwealth audiences' curiosity about constitutional operations they don't fully understand. Media literacy organizations used the incident as a case study in how conspiracy theories exploit information gaps to create false narratives about institutional operations. They noted that the secret meeting conspiracy succeeded by mixing real constitutional terminology with invented dramatic details that felt plausible to audiences unfamiliar with actual royal procedures. The secret meeting conspiracy targeting William represents a sophisticated evolution in how misinformation exploits public curiosity about institutional operations to generate profitable false narratives about government and constitutional functions. First, the conspiracy demonstrates how lack of civic education creates vulnerabilities that bad actors can exploit. Public ignorance about constitutional procedures allows misinformation creators to project almost any narrative onto routine institutional activities, from royal meetings to government operations to judicial proceedings. Second, it reveals how social media algorithms inadvertently reward false transparency over actual institutional openness. Conspiracy content promising to reveal hidden secrets generates more engagement than accurate reporting about publicly available information, creating financial incentives to manufacture false insider knowledge. Third, the conspiracy exposes the systematic nature of modern misinformation campaigns targeting specific institutions. The coordinated timing, identical language patterns, and monetization strategies behind secret meeting content show this wasn't random speculation, but organized exploitation of constitutional curiosity for profit. Perhaps most troubling is how these conspiracies undermine public trust in legitimate institutional privacy. By suggesting that routine confidential meetings indicate suspicious hidden activities, secret meeting narratives erode understanding of why some government and constitutional functions are appropriately occur without public observation. The financial incentives driving constitutional conspiracy content also create systemic problems that extend far beyond royal coverage. Content creators have learned that speculation about hidden institutional activities generates exceptional engagement, encouraging the production of false transparency narratives about any organization whose operations aren't completely public. The secret meeting conspiracy additionally highlights how misinformation campaigns specifically target public curiosity about power and decision-making. These false narratives exploit genuine democratic desires for transparency by manufacturing fake insider access that appears to satisfy those desires while actually spreading disinformation. These dynamics have serious implications for public understanding of all institutional operations, from government agencies to educational institutions to corporate leadership. The techniques used to manufacture royal conspiracy content could easily be adapted to target any organization whose legitimate privacy needs might generate public curiosity. The pattern of false secret meeting conspiracies targeting William's constitutional role has forced royal communications teams, civic education organizations, and social media platforms to develop new strategies for protecting institutional operations from manufactured transparency narratives. Kensington Palace is working with constitutional experts to develop educational content that explains royal operations in ways that satisfy public curiosity while maintaining appropriate privacy around sensitive matters. They're learning to anticipate how routine constitutional activities might be mischaracterized as conspiracy material and to provide context that makes false narratives harder to sustain. Educational institutions are expanding civic education programs to include media literacy components specifically focused on identifying false institutional narratives. The secret meeting conspiracy provides a clear example of how lack of constitutional knowledge creates vulnerabilities that misinformation creators can exploit. Social media platforms are experimenting with new approaches to constitutional and government-related misinformation. The secret meeting incident has prompted discussions about whether current community guidelines adequately distinguish between legitimate transparency advocacy and profitable conspiracy content that exploits institutional curiosity. Constitutional law organizations are developing public education materials that explain how government and royal institutions actually function, emphasizing the legitimate reasons for certain types of privacy, while providing transparency about operations that can be safely made public. For royal fans specifically, these incidents are fostering more sophisticated approaches to evaluating institutional content. Fan communities are learning to distinguish between legitimate curiosity about royal operations and exploitative conspiracy content that treats constitutional processes as entertainment material. The broader implications extend to democratic participation and civic engagement. William's experience highlights the importance of public education about institutional operations to prevent conspiracy theories from filling knowledge gaps with false narratives that undermine trust in legitimate governance. Looking ahead, the success of secret meeting conspiracies in generating engagement virtually guarantees that similar false narratives will target other institutional figures and government operations. However, each incident builds awareness that makes audiences more skeptical of dramatic institutional claims that lack credible sources and contradict observable evidence. The secret meeting conspiracy targeting William's constitutional role forces us to examine how we evaluate claims about institutional operations and government functions. These false narratives succeeded by exploiting our legitimate curiosity about how power and decision-making really work while spreading manufactured drama designed to generate profit. How do you distinguish between legitimate transparency advocacy and conspiracy content that exploits institutional curiosity? Have you ever shared claims about secret government or royal meetings that later turned out to be false? What strategies do you use to verify whether dramatic institutional claims are accurate before accepting or sharing them? William's experience teaches us that healthy democratic curiosity about institutional operations should be satisfied through credible sources and civic education, not conspiracy content that manufactures false insider access. Every time we choose factual institutional reporting over sensational speculation, we help maintain informed public discourse about how our institutions actually function. These secret meeting conspiracies also reveal how misinformation specifically targets our desire for transparency by manufacturing fake insider knowledge that appears to satisfy democratic curiosity while actually spreading disinformation about institutional operations. Subscribe for more investigations into how misinformation exploits legitimate institutional curiosity to manufacture false transparency narratives. Because in an age where conspiracy content can masquerade as democratic accountability, understanding how institutional lies spread isn't just important for protecting public figures, it's essential for maintaining informed civic participation. The truth about constitutional and government operations is fascinating enough without fabricated secret meeting drama, but separating authentic institutional reporting from manufactured conspiracy content requires all of us to become more sophisticated consumers of the political and constitutional information that shapes our understanding of how power really works.